Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on cofunctions. Last time, we learned all about the three reciprocal functions of trigonometry. Today, we will explore more about complementary angles and how some functions can be used in the place of others. We will also learn about the cofunctions, secants, cosecants, and cotangents. This lesson will be invaluable to your understanding of geometry. Are you ready to begin, students? Let us get started. Do we all remember what complementary angles are from last lesson? A brief reminder is in order. A pair of angles are complementary if the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. A pair of angles are complementary if the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. If the two complementary angles are adjacent, which means that they have a common vertex and share just one side, their non-shared sides form a right triangle. In the Euclidean geometry we are studying now, the two acute angles in a right triangle are complementary. This is because the sum of internal angles of a triangle is 180 degrees, and the right angle itself counts for 90 degrees. It is important for us to have a good idea of what a complementary angle is because of their relationship to the cofunctions. Let us also remember that a cofunction equals its companion on a complementary angle. This means that the cosine of an angle equals the sine of its complementary angle. In the same way, the cotangent is the cofunction of the tangent, and the cosecant is the cofunction of the secant. Simple. Let us find out how to apply this concept. Students, please go ahead and find the value of the acute angle A given these conditions. You may get started right away.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. We will go through the answers together. The first question is a simple one. If the sine of the angle is 20, and we know that cofunctions work on complementary angles, the cosine must be 70. Therefore, the angle is 70 degrees. When we solve the second question in the same way, it gives us an answer of 35 degrees. The third question may look more tricky, but we can actually solve it in just the same way. The answer is 89 degrees. If that was your answer, well done. You can see that the relationship between the functions and the cofunctions is very easy to grasp. There are important tools that you can use to remember the special relationship between the cofunctions. This means that sine value is equal to the cosine when the cosine is subtracted from 90. We can also do it backwards. The cosine value is equal to the sine when it is subtracted from 90. This is true of secants and cosecants and of tangents and cotangents. Now, we are going to challenge you a bit more. I believe you will do very well. Find the value of the cotangent in this question. Please start now, students.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. How did you do? Let us work through this question together. The first step is to look at the second cosine value. We know that two complementary angles add up to 90. Therefore, when you subtract the variable from 90, the result must be the cofunction. That means that cosine 90 minus x is just another way of saying sine x. What a sneaky function! Now that we have the sine and cosine values, the rest should be simple. Remember that we are looking for the cotangent, which is the reciprocal of the tangent. Where we would normally find the answer by putting the sine over the cosine, here it is the other way around. When we divide 4 over 5 by 3 over 5, we get 4 over 3. The value of the cotangent must be 4 over 3. We will test your mastery of the cofunctions one more time, students. Please answer these 3 questions about the values of cotangents. You may start now.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. Were you able to answer these questions? Our first question asked the value of cosecant of 75 degrees. If the secant of 15 degrees equaled x. The answer is, of course, x. The secant and cosecant of complementary angles are equal. Our second question is similar. If cosecant theta is equal to A over B and secant beta is equal to A over B, then what does theta plus beta equal? Well done, students. Theta plus beta equals 90 degrees. Our third question asked the value of the angle if the cotangent of 55 degrees had the same value as the tangent of the angle. The answer is 35 degrees. Well done, students. I hope this exercise was useful in illustrating the relationships of cofunctions and complementary angles. We have learned a lot today, have we not? Functions can be used and swapped around with each other to make a problem easier. Cofunctions and reciprocals are very useful if you remember their relationships to one another. That is the end of the lesson for today. Next time, we will begin to study how to solve right triangles so we can use what we have learned in the real world. Until then, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.